It's Madden NFL24, and we'll play host to a battle between conferences. It's the Washington Commanders and the Cincinnati Bengals under the lights on Sunday night.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And before kickoff, Charles, quickly, your keys to the game.
Well, partner, I could give you the standard ones: turnovers, special teams play. But here's one that doesn't get talked about much anymore, and that's time of possession. Whoever controls the football, gives their defense a break, and takes care of business, that's the team that's going to win this ball game.
We are set to go. Evan McPherson to do the honors, and we are underway from Cincinnati. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
Off play action. It's Howell. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run lined up, netting him 33 yards. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here's Howell. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
No score after one on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Faking the handoff, Howell. That is caught, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
First down, Washington.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Howell now to throw it. Going right back to Dotson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Howell, he'll look to throw it. Touchdown, Washington. John Bates, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And his task in this situation is making sure this team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the 2nd quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second down and 8. Burrow will throw. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. And Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Burrow on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the ball. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, Howell. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission.
It's one play at a time, baby.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, this from 39. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Taken at about the 1. So we've hit halftime in what was obviously a very fast-moving first half of play. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports halftime report. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Slide.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
First down, here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Mixon with a first down carry. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it, and the running game is starting to pay off.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. He gets this one to Boyd. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Now Burrow to throw on second down. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle is made at the 28-yard line. And Burrow's saying, let's go, let's go. Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the cover a little too good there, and it's second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
To throw, Burrow. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down.
That's good. First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's first and 10. Throwing, Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Here's first and goal. Now Burrow. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout and come up with the interception in the end zone.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Powell going to go down to a knee, and that should just about wrap this up.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
Well, you know what they say. It's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.